brings. Anyone joining us? Okay. All right. Yeah, we're a little bit late. It's midnight somewhere in the world. We're on Rumble, I believe. After it activates its several engines over there. So, all right. So I did Bill Hicks yesterday. I'll get Bill Hicks one more time today. It was pretty funny last night. So give another aspect of it. Yeah, I was tapping into his energy before this, like something about naked aliens. So, so I don't know. Maybe this would be a part 3 after this. We'll see how it goes. So, Bill Hicks connection, UFO disclosure. I feel like the few lines might come in for that one. Maybe the Lyran, some kind of feline being would come in for that. And dystopian apocalyptic realities. So I mentioned this earlier about some people were connected to, kind of the zombie worlds. Some people are connected to, superhero worlds. That comes to mind for some reason. And there's a dystopian realities. Some people feel home in dystopian. We're in a dystopian reality now. A lot of the Mad Max realms comes from Mars and other places, but it seemed to be it's like a reflection of ourselves. Like Judge Dredd, there's others out there, but Judge Dredd's the mega cities. So it's like Mega City 1, all the cities in the one city. It's just a big giant city. So yeah, it's just a reflection of us. Yeah, dystopian stories are basically just a reflection of us in some form. So yeah, it's pretty fascinating. Until we unlock ourselves, we're kind of like, I won't call it stuck, but we're kind of in this stasis where we might not always feel like life is really moving as it could be. That's why people are going crazy and all that, because they're just not, the movement of life is a very kind of like a turtle, because it all depends on if you had more going on, if the world was more turning, because it feels like it's more still, at least for now, until China goes to war with us or something like that. So okay, this is the censored version. So yeah, we have Rumble if you want to. Rumble is the backup. We also have Telegram and all that. For just in case something goes on here, we should be okay, but you never know. So the world events of Bill Hicks is basically just to take a hilarious way of looking at life and just not make it, just not worry about anything and just a crazy man's point of view. And the more I connected to Bill Hicks, the more I felt Alex Jones's energy of how they are very similar. It's like Bill obviously went as far as he could on the stage. He actually died pretty young. I forget how young. He died pretty young for, he just, anyway, but he went to, like, Alex Jones, like an aspect of him. It's kind of like, an aspect of each other, however you want to look at it, but it's like Leonardo da Vinci and Jesus. There's definitely a connection there, but it doesn't mean Leonardo da Vinci will be open to that connection with Jesus. I don't know. It's something different for your mind to implode. For more crazy for the reality that we're in. So, okay, all right. Sanity.com, private sessions. Scheduler, we have shop. Getting through July somewhere. Same situation here. We have the webinar, social network, behind the scenes. Actually, I'm getting through July pretty good. Going into August, actually, it's going to be a while before I get into August. But I'm in late July, which is good. I get late here. I had a long day today, so that's why we're here answering questions. Do the best I can with that. Yeah. So, all right. Bill Hicks, UFO disclosure and dystopian realms to give you some aspect of that. Those that need to connect to that. So, yeah, dystopian realms that could be at any time period. Also, ancient Greece, Rome, um, whatever you feel. You come here to figure ourselves out. In the higher dimensions, you can only go so far. So that's why we come here. Well, we come here also, obviously, to disclose the beings that are here causing chaos, the beings that we can't see, that don't want to be seen. So, all right. Okay, all right. Blessings. Here we go. Greetings, this is Bill. This is Saturday night. Saturday night with me, you, our loved ones, the Care Bears, the sun. Sun is shining on you. Sometimes it's raining. Sometimes it's better to rain than sun shine. Your world events, your world events. People are always scared of the future. Of course, they might be scared of themselves too, but they're not always realizing it. The future is not always what it is claimed to be. Sometimes you go into the future, you're actually reliving the past. Look at your presidential situation. It feels like you're going backwards because that is happening. There are, yes, time travelers messing with your reality, and you don't know anything about it. Well, some of you can get. Fourth dimension is a funny place. You see things that your third dimensional people see as crazy. But where I am, it's damn normal. So aliens just, giving humans the finger. It's like, I can do whatever the hell I want. And they do it. And they're like, are you really going to screw people over like that? It's like, yep. And you just watch them. It's like, damn. They can just get away with anything, don't they? Well, because they're kind of weird looking things. Grays, you have all these crazy. That's a gray that did that. But you have beings here that are just so messed up looking. And you're human. It's so oblivious to it all. So that's why they get away with it. Because people don't believe in this shit. So they can fuck with your reality until the next millennium. And that's what you're here to open your eyes. As you can see, there are insectoid beings that drain the hell out of humanity's energy. Why they do this? Because they see you as a power source, and they don't give a shit what you think either. Well, the idea is to make humans ignorant, and that worked out pretty well. And so they're going to keep on doing it. So now people ask me about my connection to Alex Jones, and of course I take all credit for that. Actually, it's worse than you might think. Without going into details, that's more me than people want to realize. Even he's in denial of it. Sometimes you have to gain a lot of weight to get attention. Basically, blow up like a giant porpoise because you have so much damn information and you're freaking nuts. The idea is to get everybody's attention. It's like, I am a big giant machine, and I'm going to storm through everything. I'm going to storm through your lives. I'm like a giant cannonball. So don't mess with me. So you wonder why Jones gained all that weight. It's because he's a big machine. He doesn't want to be messed with. Now you handle all the attacks and everything. So even with this whole situation he's going through, it's great publicity. It sucks, but it's also great publicity. Now, him as Jones now, he's not really liking what's going on, but my aspect's like, let the fuckers attack. Let them all attack. I'm going to kick their ass in the long run. Because your reality is screwed up. And you kick the lid of your reality. It's more messed up than people that you think. Obviously, some of you are on target, as you say, maybe beyond that. It's just so crazy. It's like it's hard to prove it. Obviously, proving it's probably impossible, but some of you might, you're on target more than you might realize. It just is no way to prove this crazy shit. You're kind of in a dystopian reality. You're in someone's messed up idea of life. And that person is a bunch of persons. And they just don't care what people think. But you're here to, snap out of, the normalcy. Basically, I see your future as just everybody talking crazy and everybody loving the hell out of it. You're having it now, but some are a little bit extreme. Of course, you're going to be extreme, but just how weird it gets. I think that was mentioned today. If you're okay with weird, you're getting ready because it's going to get beyond your thinking. Some of you will see the matrix break down, which you probably already have. Some of you in this group, it's like you're driving. It's like, did that just flicker over there? Am I in like a hologram? You're beyond that. So crazy is the new norm. Not that you have to act like a psychotic. Oh, you can if you want to, because that's actually more acceptable. But not your authorities don't really like that. Obviously, they have prisons for people like you. So being civil is probably the way to going about it, for now at least. For now. Until they open up the asylums and say, you guys are all right. And we're the idiots. They open up all the insane asylums like, you guys are people that are insane. We're the dumbasses. And you know that already. People in the insane asylum, they're just seeing multi-dimensions. They're just seeing all kinds of crazy shit. And then you're going to call it normal because that is the multi-dimensional reality. Places that are all fucked up. And this place is a little bit too normal. I mean, yeah, some people come to this world to get away from it all. If this is your idea of getting away from all, you got a weird way of looking at it. There are worlds where you can go and just literally, have your sanity. This world tries to take it from you. There's so many beings that want to just drive you insane, take away your power. It's like a politician's nightmare. I mean, this is their world. They enjoy it. They do what the fuck they want. A power trip like no other. It's the true psychopath. And they give them like all this wealth. They give psychopaths, they give them everything. A free pass to be psychotic. And then some of you are like, what the hell? It's like, I mean, I'm crazy, but not like that. It's like the crazier you are, the more successful you get. But not the good crazy, the crazy where you're just a psycho. You're going to enslave humanity. Oh, here you go. Here's a few $1 million. Here's here's a Hollywood ticket. Here's everything. So, but metaphysically, your world is going to collide with the multiverse. It's already doing it. Some are trying to control it, but many of you are going to go against it and bring in your real reality. So, world events, China is trying to, I want to keep it clean, but they're trying to shove it up everyone. Shove it in, just shove it to the people. Some are, at least the authorities, but they feel like they've been made fun of. So that's all. Yeah, when you're a world power and people are making fun of you, that really sucks. It's like, oh, hello, nuclear whistle. I have insecurity problems. We're gonna launch you. Of course, America, has its obvious issues. Without going into it's obvious. They don't have to say anything. I mean, it's like an open secret, isn't it? It's like, do you have the rest of the world needs to know how screwed? I mean, the government system, how screwed up really. I mean, seriously, secrets really. We know you're doing shit you shouldn't be doing. No, you're being illegal. We're not stupid. Some people are. But most of us aren't. It's like, oh, come on, really? you know, you know. Is my connection to your world is be a philosopher king. Well, not king of everybody, but a of king of philosophy. Give you some other type of bullshit, but some that you can find your soul in all of this, because some are soulless. So you can find your soul, give it a name, make it all colorful, make it whatever. Just discover yourself. uh, yeah, just I was thinking about Russia. Russia's just so pissed off the United States. And the United States doesn't know what the hell it's doing half the time anyway. There's so many secret groups running the United States. There's like so many secret societies running it. Does anybody know who the hell is running the place? Nobody. They're just all insane. If the more insane you are, the more powerful you get, as I said. It's like the more that you become, don't care about anybody, the more powerful you get. The more, like I say, the more psychotic you become. You just get keys of the kingdom. It's like, yeah, it's you see it now, but once your rights are started taken away even more, which they'd like to do, they know not to do that because you're just be pointing your finger at them. So they want to keep things a little bit civil. They want to destroy everything. They've learned from that, from other countries, but they haven't become that ignorant. But they are getting close to it. It's like to let the common people eat, sleep, drink, and stay the hell out of their way as they run everything into the ground. And they enjoy it. They're just yes, drunken sailors, literally, or psychotics. They devour each other. It's where I am. It is, yeah. It's a psychopath's, love letter to the universe. This is where psychopaths come to gain power, gain fame, and people worship them. Figure that one out. So, all right. So I'm gonna let you go. Just life is a dream. It is how you want to see it in the spirit world. It is paradise if you want it. Some feel like they want people to worship them even in the spirit world, which is kind of messed up. But it happens all the time. So when you go to the spirit world and you die, you go to the spirit world, it's like, wow, people are worshiping that person. Is that spirit? Yes, it is. It's just another kind of messed up. There are other places you can go where everything's calm, but your world seems to be, a special kind of screwed up. All right. Good day. Greetings to you. We are the felines. We are the Lyrans. A feline connection to your earth is we are this actually discovering more about ourselves as we connect to the human race because a lot of our flaws are within your society, especially in patience. And also looks, men are using their attractiveness to get what they want, and that is through the feline frequencies. You see a cat, you see how cats are like charming their way to everything. They're a bunch of charmers. And there's no difference. I mean, that's not all of our society, but that is a weakness within our structure. And you have also reptilians that are worm that's also, but they can't hide their psychotic selves. Felines can to a certain level, but they keep using their looks. But obviously, when you get home with a human that has a lot of feline energy, and just like, wow, I just married a nightmare. You have looks, but there's another side, and that's a feline also discovering their reptilian self. So it's like a reptilian disguised with beauty. One thing about reptilians, they always have trouble with attractiveness. Well, not necessarily. Some can be very attractive, but some use the feline energies to hide their crazy side. And you're seeing that within society, within many families. They can have a bunch of kids, but it's also be crazy at the same time. So it's like a feline reptilian being, basically. So for disclosure, you're basically learning more about your DNA, your origins, the deeper outlook of your own society. Basically, who cat people are, who are lion people, different cat people. There's tigers that are more aggressive, they're very protective, they're connected to the military. And then you have your lions that are usually of leadership of some form or another. They don't have to be the greatest at fighting and battling. The idea is leadership. It's never about being the best at kicking someone's ass, because it depends on how much power you want to put into that. Your reptilians, of course, are running a lot of your militaries, because reptilians, at least on your world, have a lot of insecurities. Well, they don't want you to know what's happening here. Well, until you're ready for it, and you are getting ready for it. Basically, when alien knowledge becomes more commonplace, we can talk about it anywhere you go. That's basically why you all came here. It's just to break it through into common conversation, common lifestyles, not for pop culture reasons, but just basically culture reasons. So you can be yourselves, however you want to look at life, and understand the spirit realms, the ghost realms. Talk about the spirit world too. It's not just about the aliens. Talk about spirit realm. Talk about the astral realm, and just be more comfortable on all levels of experience. It's not just about the aliens. Of course, everything's alien. You can, if you want to look at it that way. There are some aspects that be kind of a little bit scary, especially the insectoid beings. Because insectoid beings, just like in your world, they're invaders. And sometimes they're worse than any reptilian being, because they can get into the cracks. They can get into everything, get into your energy field, and you're here to break them out. So it's a little bit complicated there. And so it's like reptilians are known to have their DNA with feline people or Palladian people look attractive, but then you let them into your life, and then sometimes you regret it. You use looks against people. It's almost like a spy movie. Well, they know they can infiltrate your reality with their looks, and then they bomb your reality. You literally can destroy it. Some have experienced that. Walked into a relationship they shouldn't have. So this becomes more part of society. It might sound crazy, but when you really start to look at it, it all makes sense. Especially when you're becoming more multidimensionally understanding of it, which society eventually will catch up. It's just kind of ignorant to it all, because it's not being taught that in schools. But you're here to change all of that. At least, alien knowledge, multidimensional knowledge was seen as, myth. It was seen as a conspiracy theory, but eventually it'll be seen as part of everyday life. The felines have known to, there's some felines can be similar to a Zeta Gray, where they just do whatever the hell they feel like. They use their power over the people. Reptilians are the same. It's just beings that are just completely selfish. And obviously, you have it here on your world. You're here to decipher it, remove the manipulative timelines, so you connect more to yourself. People are trying to heal, but there's beings always trying to take your energy, such as the insectoid beings. Not all of them are bad, but many of them they're just doing how they were designed. It's designed to infiltrate. And you're here to remove a lot of that. Greetings to you. We are the Elohim. Blessings, your creation of your earth is basically came from an idea of this going deeper into the consciousness of humanity to go more into a darker side of humanity. Of course, all alien species have had this felines, and that's why there's been wars broke out in other star systems. The dystopian realities, apocalyptic realms, are also for a reset. And you've dealt with that, like with the Tartarians, how they've been erased from society. You can say they had too much information for your world. Of course, the cathedrals are still there. They're still multidimensional cathedral energies, and they're continuing to do so. So they're basically, at times, can be more powerful than the pyramids because there's more people going through, the cathedrals, through the churches, than there are through the pyramids. So you say the cathedrals took over the pyramids in power. And that's how they're designed to create a certain way of thinking. As you can see, those that go to churches like that it's like a brainwashing system. And you're here to reverse it. You just reverse the polarities of it. Not necessarily have to remove the cathedral for this, because cathedrals can be used for all kinds of things. Used for sound technologies. It can be used for brainwashing. It can also be transformed into just shifting your frequency altogether. It's like a tool. It's not a tool that you can remove from your reality just that easily. It can be reversed. And right now, it's just the beings that control your reality attach themselves, insectoid beings, archon beings. It's like you just know they can invade your culture. And why is this happening? Is because, your world allowed it. It's like we want to learn from these beings. This human race needs to learn because they're not paying attention to it. So they have to experience it. And now you're wanting to remove these timelines that has been holding on to society for such a long time. So the dystopian reality, some just learn better when everything falls apart. And obviously it's a little bit difficult to explain that, but some souls need everything to collapse on themselves in order to get the idea of what they need to repair about themselves, what they need to fix. That's why some become so homeless. That's why all these challenges come in, because they're here to actually wake themselves up. Doesn't mean you have to wake yourself up to spirituality, but to heal the challenges, to overcome the challenges. And you keep falling and falling and falling for some until they figure. And sometimes with poverty, you're actually keeping low key. Because if you have a lot of power, sometimes they just abuse it. Not in a negative way, but you get too much attention to yourself. So sometimes poverty is just to keep you out of the limelight. Because some of you can get in the attention and just get too much attention, cause all this chaos. Not necessarily for a negative. It's just to keep you out of the timeline. You're in the timeline, but just keep you quiet for reasons. Now, some might get angry about that, but some can really disrupt things. They give you the spotlight, you just make everybody's life turn upside down. It's not always a bad thing for that, but it's always meant to happen either. So, understanding your timeline, dystopian realms. So people are attracted to dystopian realms. Once again, it's like you simplify your existence. You take away, like right now, you have your gas issues, your living issues. This is a form of dystopian reality that your humans are obeying. Most of you want to disconnect from it, but you're seeing how other people here allow it to happen. Most of society adapts, accepts it. And that's like the inner insect within humans too, to accept what's being told to you. And many of you are just like, don't you see what's happening? It's like the brave new world that's happening here. It's like 1984, but people agree to it. Obviously, there's others that are not, but your numbers are still pretty small. But at least you have that energy of breaking free, which is good. But others, it's difficult because you're seeing how society easily adapts, gets taken over. It's like any animal can be controlled. Maybe you're breaking free of that. You're here to, you want animals to be controlled, of course, but some want to control that. So you're just bringing freedom to yourself and bringing freedom to others. If they want to be free, that's what's so hard. Is you connect to your freedom. Obviously, you don't have the freedom that you want, but you're obviously working towards it. But also, you're here to get the attention of others. It's like, do you see what you're allowing?